Hey everyone, welcome to the Boys Dressing Room podcast. I'm Ben Huffman, joined by my best friend and co-host, Aiden McCoy.
Yes.
And Aiden, who's our very special guest today?
Standing in at 7'2", he has the voice of an angel and is a really cool person, and it's a star, an all-star in the drama program. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Owen Huffman.
I know him!
Stop, you flatter me.
That's my goal.
Welcome, Owen. What's been going on with you? What have you been up to?
My dog threw up earlier today, so I had to clean that one up. That was fun.
Oh, nice.
Is that the highlight, or?
That's the highlight of my month, in fact.
It was my medium point, I think, for the day.
The climax, the climax, if you will.
The rising action.
It was the
rising action.
It was the rising action. Probably my climax was that it rained today, because I absolutely love the rain so much.
It's been raining quite a bit.
I know,
Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
I love the rain. I was driving earlier because I had to go from my mom's to my dad's house. It was just such a vibe. Then again, I could not see at all, and I didn't want to turn on my I didn't want to turn on my brights because I feel bad whenever I turn on my brights because it's like I always complain about like having to deal with other people's brights, so I felt like it would be hypocritical. So.
And then when I hit pedestrians, right? Like I don't want them to see me.
Oh, and then or when I run into the side of the local fries, I don't want to make a big deal of it or anything.
That actually happened. Like someone drove through a Safeway not too long ago.
Oh yeah! Oh my
Jackson
God!
was telling me about that, and I was like, "No way!"
Why?
And he was getting carts, and he just sees this person just eat it and go through the wall.
Was everyone okay?
I don't know how the driver was. Like I'd imagine they were fine.
Yeah.
But no one in the store I don't think got hurt, but the driver, I don't know how they turned out. But that's just so funny to
I
me.
completely forgot about that because when was that?
That was 2 months ago, maybe.
Was it? I thought it was our start of the school year or something.
Probably.
summer.
I don't know the exact timeline.
Imagine
But,
how
yeah.
embarrassing that would be to just drive into a Safeway and have to get out and be like, well, at least my brights weren't on.
Sorry, I was really excited for Starbucks.
How would you guys play that off, right? Like you've just driven through the Safeway.
I don't even
What
know.
would you say? See, I told you this was the dairy aisle.
I really wanted some Milk Duds. God damn.
Maybe they thought the curbside pickup meant they had to hop the curb. I completely forgot about that.
At my orthodontist, this old lady drove through the doors of it. They had to install this cement blocks outside of the parking lot because of her.
Oh my God.
She heard them say "open wide" and drove through the door.
I feel like that's a scene straight out of a movie where it's a dentist, it's a dentist's office or something, and then it's open wide, and then the hero is just driving through with a monster truck right when he says that.
And there's a guitar riff. Just
Yeah, sure thing. If that's what you want.
Sorry, I ruined it.
Yeah.
So, the dentist, anything fun?
I do love Little Shop of Horrors, after all.
Didn't they do that? They did that in 2016 Broadway Showcase,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It's wild. So, other than kind of getting back on track, other than, the rain and your dog, what's kind of been going on?
Well, a lot of school.
Mm-hmm.
Chemistry, I've declared war upon it. Seriously.
Oh?
Who was oh yes, chemistry. This is what I want to teach.
See, here's the thing. I am trying my damn best in that class, and it's just I'm struggling. It is.
It's
It's a subject, man.
It really
It
is.
It is.
Indubitably. I was picking out my courses for next year, and I just for funsies, I took a look at the science classes. that I could have taken instead of chemistry. Why didn't I just take astronomy and call it a day?
Yeah,
Like, what
that's
the
what Kendall,
heck is
Sammy,
wrong with
and
me?
Gabby did.
What is
Kendall,
wrong
Sammy,
with
and Gabby
me?
did it.
That does seem like the preferred option at this
Yeah.
point.
It really does.
And I have some friends that are taking AP chemistry next year, and I'm just
Ooh.
like, have you not learned your lesson? Like, do you hate yourself that much? I have a friend that's taking both AP chemistry and AP bio, and they listen to the podcast. Joelle?
Joelle, what's wrong with you?
This is a call for help. It's not too late.
Well,
Email
this is
your
a
counselor.
wake-up call. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and really think about it. Really think
Look at
about
the
what you're
periodic
doing.
table, then look back in the mirror.
Like, I couldn't imagine. For one, AP bio, like, we took bio freshman year. I'm not going to remember anything from that. And then
No.
chemistry, sure, we're taking that this year, but, like...
I'm not gonna remember anything from that.
No, yeah,
Have we really
I'm already
learned
struggling to
anything?
remember anything in that class. And
Yeah.
the current teacher we have, he might be teaching AP chemistry next year, so it's just like,
I don't know. I think the class as a whole, it's just like so many things I feel like would be so much just better. That was not how you say that, but would just be so much better if we actually got to like do labs in person and things like that, to where it's like
yeah,
tangibly I like to have whatever it is in front of me or look at something as opposed to just watch someone else talk about it.
that's why I liked physics quite a bit.
Yeah, it was a
What
lot
I
more
loved-
labs and
I
things.
loved Papa Wolf, but also
Shout out to Papa Wolf.
avid podcast listener.
Friend of the show.
Last
Yeah,
year, I made a Dia de los Muertos shrine to Mr. Wolf.
That would have been so sad that like he might like one day, God forbid, he dies.
I'll never die. What are you talking about?
He's immortal.
I'm pretty sure.
He's been
He's like-
teaching physics since the dawn of
He's
time.
like the Queen of England.
He's as old as Santa, so.
Yeah.
Jesus sat in his class.
Do you think Jesus was good at physics? No, he wasn't, because he literally defies the laws of physics.
He's like, "What you mean my lab results in?"
Just starts walking on water.
What was your favorite lab that we did? If you guys can remember a couple.
There was one where we had to didn't we have to launch some sort of a marble and calculate like the distance in order to hit like the little soldiers on the ground?
Oh, that one was cool. I didn't do it
catapult
right, but it was
one?
cool.
And then you got extra credit if you did it right, and then we somehow did, even though we kind of guessed.
I liked
Yeah.
the labs that I got like a 51% error on it, relative error.
Oh yeah, those were super cool and satisfying.
51% relative error.
Relative
It always
error.
just made me feel so happy and accomplished at the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember one of the labs. So I had physics like fifth period,
Mhm.
and I had late lunch. So one of the days, it was just as lunch was ending, like the first lunch.
Mhm.
So we were doing a lab where we had to I think it was like a car where you put the batteries in, and then like you would see how far it would go off of like one battery, two batteries, all that stuff.
Mhm.
And we had laid out a track and like the meter stick so we could measure.
Right.
But then passing period came.
And
And boy, oh boy, people were just like moving, knocking over Legos where we had marked like previous distances.
Lame.
I
So,
hate to see it.
and the saddest thing was just like Mr. Wolf came over and he was just like, "Hey guys, what seems to be the problem?" Because he was like, "Oh, you guys are back on step one," and we were in the middle of the hallway, and he's like, "Oh."
Oh, was that the one where we had to like go in the breezeway and like do different distances?
I think so.
I
We're definitely outside.
yeah, I remember that one. That one upsetted me
Uh-huh.
because I'd accidentally kick the Lego and I'd be like, well,
Mm-hmm. I remember that was one of my favorite because my group, they would never like exclude me or anything like that. They were very much just like, "Hey, I know how to do this thing, so I'm
Mhm.
just gonna do it." So a lot of the time, I was just like, "What can I hold / carry?" And that was my role.
long
And then I was like,
arms.
"Does anyone need a calculator?" I'm like, "I got it." And then I'd run to my backpack and bring out a calculator. And that was my contribution.
We had like my
Oh,
team
you know
had
what
like
lab I liked? I liked that one where we had to like shoot the cork as that like PVC pipe with a spring in it and like measure the distance and the
Oh,
velocity.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Hmm. That yeah, that was there were a lot of cool labs in physics. And I was one of my favorite things was that they were worth so much so many points
Uh-huh.
to where I wasn't like especially good at taking the tests in there, but I was pretty good at the labs, so it balanced out my grade.
I remember I was always like I did not like upset, but I just was like a little mad that I would pay attention when he was giving lectures and like even take notes and just be very attentive in that class because I'm like, this is just a very interesting person. I love talking to this person. And he was just like a very cool, relaxed teacher.
Right.
But one of my friends who's in that class would frequently fall asleep, and they would just do better on the tests. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they were studying a lot. It was like, just so happened, I don't know what. I was like, because I'd be like, oh man, I got like a 71 on that test. All right, not the end of the world. And then they would be like, oh, I got like an 89. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
You weren't even awake when this was being taught.
We have to give some credit to our labs in chemistry this year, like mixing vinegar and water, or like putting
Oh,
an
yeah.
Alka-Seltzer tablet in water. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
stuff with water.
Oh, with
But
water.
boy, oh boy, did we get some nice goggles and
Oh,
glasses.
yeah.
Those were fly. They had cool designs on the rims. They were fly.
I'm thinking about copping a pair for myself.
I already did. Shoot.
Gee, were we not supposed to take them home?
Oh man. One of my favorite parts, one of my favorite things that our teacher would do would just he would provide calculators for people who like didn't bring their own, but to sanitize them, he would just like pour like hand sanitizer and water on them, and then they wouldn't dry, so you would get one and it was just wet. Like
There's
it
nothing
wasn't
like
like, I know
soaking wet.
I know I need to hit the equal sign, but how badly do I want to? That's funny.
Just so.
Speaking of calculators, I took the PSAT and I didn't bring a calculator for the calculator portion. So literally what I did for the 45 minutes was just guess. I did not do any math. I said, no, I'm good. Miss McElhaney, I'm sorry, but I really don't care. And just wrote down some bogus answers and filled in my name in the little bubbles.
Nice.
So Harvard, if you're interested.
Harvard, if you listening.
I know you're out there. Like our base is Joel and Harvard, and also
Harvard.
Mr. Wolf.
There's
I
no
know
in
for
between.
sure Joel has some hookups at Harvard.
She has some connections.
Yeah. Leave a comment down below, please. It goes a long way.
Yeah. Of those 100 viewers on the first video,
that still blows my mind. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, one of them's got to be. One of
them's got to be Harvard.
I just can't wait for your last video to hit 37 likes so we can get Aiden's YouTube channel.
Yeah, guys, still get on that if you haven't done it already.
Oh my god.
37 likes
My
isn't
old
that
one.
far away. I think we're at 4.
I never deleted all my videos on my old channel. They're all privated, so I can just when we hit 37 likes.
Any day now.
Any moment.
It could happen live as we're recording the podcast.
Special
there was-
occasion.
on my old channel before I decided to leave YouTube. I
Take a
had this
break.
Super dramatic end video that was like, "Hey guys, so I'm leaving YouTube, and I'm so sorry that I didn't put enough
Oh, and do you
effort
need
into
tissues?
my content. I'll make it up to you guys another time. I plan on restarting later, but I just gotta focus on myself right now, guys." And like the thumbnail was like every single one of my YouTube profile pictures
Wow.
throughout the year, so it was like a nice little
Aw.
timeline, showed my character growth and all this stuff. I actually had a video that I was pretty proud of that took me like 6 hours to edit and I put like a bunch of time into it. It was my 60 subscriber Q&A special.
Wow, that's pretty
5 minutes
special.
long.
That's more subscribers than than the channel has.
I was a popular guy.
I just want to see that
He-
goodbye
he-
video more than anything. The heartfelt, like, goodbye.
Yeah, Owen, do you need any tissues? I'm
I
balling.
think I do. I just watered my plants with my tears.
Also the rain, because
Also
again,
the rain.
I had something in mind and then completely forgot. Damn.
hey, that's all right. I guess okay. Do you want to just move on to the next question?
Sure.
All right. So Owen,
Yes.
ever since I've known you, you've been talking about how much you absolutely love the books, the movies of the Harry Potter franchise.
I do.
So, why is it that you just love it so much?
Oh my, you really asked a good question. We're gonna be here for 2 hours, so get buckled up in your seat. Oh,
I'll grab my hot Cheetos. Shoot.
grab them, grab a snack, grab some water, get comfy, and strap in.
Jackson's gonna have a fun time editing this audio.
I do tend to ramble, Jackson.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, first of all, Harry Potter is very nostalgic for me because it was like the first book series that I read. I mean, like, I don't count Dr. Seuss, but like those were the
I
first.
do.
Other
so.
than, other than
Oh, the
Magic
things you
Tree
can
House,
think.
that was like my first real like series of books, and I really liked them. And I just love the idea of being whisked away into this castle where you're all special in your magic and you just live this life and you're like, wow, I can do magic. We're wizards, as Leanne from Puff says.
We're wizards.
That's it. I love the characters. I don't think there's like a real boring character other than like Cho Chang. She's kind of boring, but
I was gonna say.
it's just like they're my comfort book. I have them all on Audible as well. And so sometimes instead of music, I'll just listen to them. And it's a very easy thing to listen to because I've already read them before, so I know what's coming. And it's a very calming, like, it's just a thing that's like, everything else could be crazy, but I have the Harry Potter books on, so it just like calms me down a little bit. You know?
I'm sure, especially when it's like, you kind of. How often do you go back to like listening through or reading those books?
Well, I listen to a few books at a time because sometimes I get bored of where the story is a little bit. But I really like to go in between Order of Phoenix and The Prisoner of Azkaban because those are my two favorite books. And I'll go back and listen to those whenever I'm like, I need to take a break and just be in the moment for a little bit and listen to Harry Potter. And I'll go to those two books. It's a very good time.
I just got this weird nostalgic memory of this one time when, in like second grade, I was reading Chamber of Secrets, but specifically, I have this vivid memory of me reading it in the back seat of my mom's Lincoln Navigator in the Fry's gas station.
Did she
Like,
drive into the Fry's?
Oh
Did you
yeah, we
crash
drove
into
through the
it?
Fry's, and she actually let me drive, and I was reading at the same time. I did really well.
That's safe.
Minimal casualties. He actually ended up in the Safeway.
Oh,
He drove
yeah.
through the Fry's all the way.
Because I don't know, reading Harry Potter does something to me. I don't know.
I have a kind of a memory kind of like that. Like, I remember at my old school, we would have our Pledge of Allegiance first period. So, like, we would get to school, we'd all settle in, and then we'd have a little bit of time before the Pledge of Allegiance. And I would just read Harry Potter. And I remember for, like, an entire week, my teacher literally had to, like, come up to me and tap on my shoulder because I would be so zoned into reading Harry Potter that I just, like, wouldn't hear the announcements at all. And she's like, you need to do the Pledge of Allegiance, Owen. Do you not love your country?
You just hear over the intercom, just like, we will be evacuating the school. There's a fire. Everyone, especially named Owen Huffman, should leave. And you're just like, wow. Oh,
Harry
nice.
Potter.
Oh, nice. Harry Potter.
10 points for Gryffindor.
You know how you can be sworn in as president on any book you want? Like, it doesn't have to be the Bible. Would
Yeah.
you do the Harry Potter? Would you be sworn in on the Harry Potter series?
Oh boy.
All of the books just stacked on top of each other.
I saw a TikTok that was like someone did that, but with like I can't remember. It was like the Junie B. Jones books, like all of them just stacked on top of each other.
I do it. I'll do it. Well, I don't know. J.K. Rowling is being a little bit bad. Well, a lot bad.
Just
That's true.
cross out her name.
Can we just pretend that she doesn't exist?
Harry Potter by Harry Potter.
Harry
Yeah, it's
Potter is
magic.
an
These books wrote
autobiography.
themselves.
It's an autobiography.
Whoa. It's an autobiography. But also in the third person.
Yeah.
Also in the third person.
The best autobiographies are in
Harry's
third
such
person.
a good writer.
How does he know these things that he doesn't currently know?
He's 11.
Wow.
That's funny. So, you said it was A Prisoner of Azkaban and Order of the Phoenix that are your favorite books?
Yes.
What are your favorite movies?
Oh, I really like Goblet of Fire. I
love Goblet of Fire.
I just like the actors for like Victor Crumb and Fleur Delacour. And I like the Yule Ball. I think it was a really cool scene.
I remember I listened to the Yule Ball theme like all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Goes
That's
off.
actually what was playing when you drove through the Safeway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had it on blast, if you will.
I like Madame
No, you had
Maxime.
Coconut Mall playing. Yeah, for me, I'd say like my favorite of the movies. The first one I probably watched the most just because, I don't know, it feels like it's always playing.
Mm-hmm.
I love the
Or
wand
I-
scene in that one.
I
Yeah.
love the one scene in that one.
There's so much that I'm like, wow. There's just like no other word than like iconic or just like truly just like how crazy is it that I don't know. I just have a deep appreciation for those movies because I only don't beat me up too hard for this, but I only read the first 3 books.
Don't make me beat you up too much. I will. I'm on my way right now.
On my way. First
But
I gotta
yeah,
drive
so
to a
I'd
Safeway.
say
Yeah. Is Safeway open? Because I for sure want to put people in danger.
Oh, please.
But I'd say either the first one, the third one is really good. Goblet of Fire though is just so good.
It's a very
And that's another
magical
one that-
movie.
Yeah, I feel like it's always on too. On like, they just have free movies just constantly on like Dish or DirecTV,
Right.
and that seems to always be on.
And it's like it's a good Christmassy movie too because of the whole
Right.
Christmas time and the Yule Ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I should add that into my Christmas movie repertoire.
Yeah.
Your rep. Your rep book.
You got Elf, you got Home Alone, you got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
But have you ever seen Christmas with the Cranks?
What is that?
I love
Please
that movie.
do tell.
Okay, do you guys know who Jamie Lee Curtis is?
Oh, I do.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know. I have this collection of like old women that I would do anything for. Anything.
Who are some of those women?
Okay, well, first off, we got my queen, Jessica Lange. I love her so much. I would do anything for Jessica Lange. Jessica Lange, if you're one of those 100 people that listen,
If you're along with Harvard.
I like you in Harvard. I would do anything for you. I love Kathy Bates. I love Maggie Smith, who's in Harry Potter. I love Julia Walters, who's Molly Weasley in Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Lily Tomlin,
Paddington.
Jane Fonda, Diana Riggs. I would do anything for them. But anyway, Jamie Lee Curtis is another one of those ladies, and she plays this like suburban mom who is just like her whole thing is just being a family mother, all that like maternal love dynamic, all that is hers. And her husband, played by Tim Allen, is an accountant who's he's like a Capricorn, if you know what I'm saying. And so
If you catch my drift.
if you catch my drift, if you know, you know.
Style.
But their daughter she goes into the Peace Corps and is going to be gone for Christmas for the first time ever. So the husband hatches up this plan, Tim Allen, And he's like, I'm a Capricorn. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on Christmas. Let's take a cruise. And they're like, we're not doing Christmas. So everyone's like, what? You can't do Christmas. And they have this weird neighborhood, like, leader. Oh, he was in the movie Coneheads. He was the Conehead dad. I watched too many movies.
The dad.
He was the dad in Coneheads, you know. But yeah, it's a great movie. It's a Christmas movie. I'd love to watch it. Yeah, you guys should watch it next Christmas time.
You mentioned your list of actresses that you do anything for.
Anything, Ben. Anything.
Kind of on the exact opposite spectrum. There's a certain actor that you would do anything to stay away from, and that is one old Matthew Broderick.
Don't even say his name. He's so scary.
Wait. Was it Matthew?
He was Ferris Bueller.
He's in
yes.
Ferris Bueller.
I don't mind.
Oh,
him as
Inspector
Ferris
Gadget.
Bueller.
He was in The Producers.
Right.
He was in.
Yeah.
I like him as Ferris Bueller.
Succeed.
But then there's this movie. It's a Christmas movie. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Danny DeVito's in it. Kristen Chenoweth is in it.
Sounds fantastic.
It's actually a pretty good one. But there's this scene where he wears a robe, a purple robe, and you could just see his legs, and they're so pasty, and it's just everything that I'm afraid of turning into some pasty old white man named Matthew Broderick that for sure eats people. For sure eats people.
He's for sure
I know he does. And his poor wife, Sarah Jessica Parker, who was another lady I would do anything for. I need to save her and get her out of that cannibal's house.
Oh, Lord. He looks like one.
Hold on. Is the movie called Deck the Halls?
Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. There's a scene where he wears like a bodysuit and goes ice skating, and it haunts my dreams.
Well, funny you say that. We actually have a special guest again today. Welcome to the studio, Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick. You just hear doo-doo. 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 Hey guys. I don't know what he said.
Eaten anyone lately? Because I have, because I'm Matthew Broderick.
Hey, Owen.
Oh no, that's so scary, Ben.
That's kind of how he sounds.
Sure thing. Just imagine how someone named Matthew Broderick sounds, and then just that's probably it.
He's lost all the charm of Ferris Bueller.
One day when this podcast like goes insane and we get asked to go on all these like talk shows, right? Mm-hmm. There's gonna be a list of celebrities that are Jimmy Fallon, James Corden, and Matthew Broderick that will want nothing to do with us because we have dragged their name through the mud.
You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna be eaten mysteriously. You'll just like find my like finger in your mailbox one day, or maybe a toe, and it'll be like MB. We'll have it signed on, and you'll be like, you know who it is.
His signature.
MB.
Mo Bamba.
Mo Bamba. Oh, I was listening to your podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but Trevor Noah, you guys were talking about.
Oh, that was the last episode, yeah.
He is such an interesting man. There's an awesome book that is a autobiography called Born a Crime. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. I love that book.
I don't watch late night shows that often, but from what I've seen of his, I actually enjoy it, so that's a good sign.
I'm in the same boat. I don't like watching late night shows. They all are like, I'm a millennial and I'm funny. It's just...
No, I think it's the opposite. It's we hate millennials. Let's just hate millennials because that's the joke.
That's the joke. We hate millennials. But Trevor Noah, he's an amazing man. It's a good book. You should definitely continue to read that.
And it sounds like you were promoting it.
I am promoting
I'm here on behalf.
I'm here.
Trevor Noah's PR team hired me to come promote his book that came out in like 2017. So like.
Yeah,
they're very persuasive.
We really need more people to buy it.
4 years later,
please, guys.
We need 100 more copies sold.
We want an even number.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I really love Trevor Noah. I just think he's very funny, and like his show. I think I said this last time, but it just like it feels very real and not so much like I'm watching or like. Sometimes they'll just have it on in the background because, like, you don't need to see the visuals as much, but, like, just having it on, you still get the jokes conveyed.
Mhm.
And I just feel like it's very much not like there's a lot of nuance and like he will give his opinion but in a funny articulate way as opposed to like just kind of like if you believe this you're wrong and stupid and then just keeps like punching the dead horse or beating the dead horse. That's it.
That's it.
Punching the dead horse.
Probably don't do either, but punching
Punching the dead horse.
I know who punches a dead horse.
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick. And that's the moral of the story.
He likes to keep dead humans in a dead horse, like that scene in Star Wars with Luke and Han Solo.
He's like, I'm not going to kill you yet. I'm going to stuff you inside this horse.
Keep you good and warm.
I'm saving you for later.
Oh my god. Alright.
All right. Do you want to move on to the next question?
Yeah. Alright. Owen and
Yes.
Benji.
Yeah.
Favorite movie?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen?
Oh, I already have my answer.
Oh, do tell, Benji.
If for those of you that are unaware and do not know me,
Blissfully unaware.
literally, I don't know how this hasn't come up in conversation, but my favorite movie of all time, easily, is Sky High. Not technically a Disney Channel original movie, but it is a Disney original movie.
A
It is
classic.
came out in the year 2005, and boy, oh boy, is that my favorite movie ever. I actually talked about it before on the.
You
I was
did.
about to say, you definitely did.
Yeah, so it's still that movie. It's always gonna be that movie, and I don't know. It's just like it at the time when I watched it for the first time. I was probably like 4 or 5, but I just thought it was so cool that there was like superheroes going to high school. Because when you're little, being in high school seems so cool.
It really does. They over
Yeah.
glamorized it, and here I am, a junior, and I'm well.
Yeah,
Taking
we-
chemistry.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I bet
boy.
Will Stronghold never had to take chemistry.
Well, he had that crazy teacher that turned into a baby and said, "Mr. Boom Boom," because he pooped his pants.
It appears I have made a boom boom. Don't think I won't quote the movie.
Oh lord. Phenomenal.
But yeah, so that's my favorite movie. Will be forever. What's yours, Aiden?
Mine, I have a few.
That's fine.
I will. Huge fan of Spider-Verse.
I
always
was
have.
literally
That's a good
staring at
one.
my poster in my
Literally,
room, and that
I'm staring at my Funko Pop of Miles Morales right now. I love Spider-Verse so much. It's such a cool art style. It's such a
Lily
cool
Tomlin
plot.
is in it.
so much thought, so much effort.
If it didn't win Best Animated Feature Film that year, I would have lost my mind.
Riot.
I have the soundtrack on vinyl. I compare myself and others compare me to Miles Morales so much. I love him. I aspire to be him.
You are him.
Fantastic.
John
Mulaney's in the movie.
He
That's
is.
true.
That's in the movie.
Big plus. Big plus.
Big plus. I love it. It's perfect.
What other ones were you thinking of? So Spider-Verse and...
Huge fan of Moonlight.
I've never seen
I
that.
haven't seen that.
It won an Oscar though, right?
Yeah.
It won best.
It didn't, and then it did.
Yeah, La La Land, and then.
Emma Stone won the
Yeah,
Oscar.
I love Moonlight. What? Sorry.
Yes.
Emma Stone won the Oscar for Best Picture, but then she gave it to Moonlight.
Yeah, Emma Stone. They're like,
Gracious.
best picture, Emma Stone.
Best picture, Emma Stone.
She's from
Yeah,
Arizona. Prescott.
She is.
She is
Yeah.
wild.
Oh my god, I forgot
I
Stevie
watched-
Nicks. She's on my list.
Okay.
Sorry, she's also from Arizona. Stevie Nicks is on my list.
I hope you guys are writing this down.
Keep this down. We'll put this in editor's notes. I watched Moonlight over quarantine, and it's really good. I really liked it.
I've heard only good things about that movie.
mhm.
I mean, it won an Oscar, so.
I mean, damn.
I mean, Sky High didn't, but like that's
we
just
won't
because
talk
it
about
was
that.
robbed.
Huge fan of any Studio Ghibli movie. I love My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, which did win an Oscar, and Howl's Moving Castle. However, Howl's Moving Castle lost to Wallace and Gromit.
The were rabbit
the
one.
were rabbit thing.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's cool. Quite hype. Yeah, I think those are pretty solid choices. I'm probably gonna remember another movie in like 10
At the
minutes.
very
and
end.
be like, oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I did that with
Like-
Stevie Nicks, so it's okay if you do
I
it.
was gonna say.
Stevie Nicks.
Oh, and what's your favorite movie?
Okay, well, it's Practical Magic with Nicole Kidman and
Sandra
Sandra
I
Bullock.
remember you saying that.
I recently wrote a monologue about that movie for advanced drama. Oh, I love that movie. Guess what? Guess who sings in it? Stevie Nicks. Did you guess Stevie Nicks? Because you're right. She wrote original songs for the picture. Oh, Stevie Nicks. Okay. It's such a good movie. There's a police officer from Tucson, so that made me feel special that there was a character from Tucson.
Had to be a police officer.
Okay, well, I mean, you win
we
some,
are.
you lose some.
You win some.
It's a good movie. I love the location. Sometimes I'm like, I really wish I didn't live in Tucson. I'll make like the police officer and go all the way to Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, do it.
I'll do it. It's a good movie. It's a Halloweeny movie, but it's not overly.
Halloweeny.
It's like
Freaking
a
movie, if you
fall
will.
movie. It's a fall
Mhm.
time movie. It's a good movie to watch. I recommend
An
it.
autumn movie.
An
if you
autumn
will.
movie, if you will. Exactly. Indubitably.
Indubitably.
I really like. Oh, I just remembered. I really like Paranorman. Like, I don't know why, but I rewatched it for the first time since second grade, like a few months ago. I really like Paranorman.
The only part of
I-
Paranorman that I remember is that part where they're on stage and that kid talks about nipples for a second. That's all I remember.
I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm lost. Like, I watched the movie, but I have not watched it in at least, 5 years.
I watched it in
And there's
theaters
just a
when
lot
it
of
came
dry
out,
humor.
and all I remember is
I
the
did,
nipple
I
bit. If you want to write a
What if
lasting
the
joke,
post-credit scene nipple
talk
bit?
about nipples.
So it's... So those are some of your...
This is going to be from a different movie, and I'm going to sound like an idiot for talking about nipples for too long.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I actually don't remember that scene, but
Wow.
Yeah, so then Alvin and the Chipmunks, road chip.
Shipwrecked actually.
Shipwreck.
No, there's road chip and then...
No, I know,
with
but I'm saying my personal favorite's Shipwrecked.
Who's that actress?
my personal favorite is also...
The actress in Parks and Rec is in that. Well, there's actually two actresses. Amy Poehler and then that. I can't remember her name. Amy Poehler.
She was on SNL. She voices Joy.
I know. Who was she in Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked?
She's Theodore's chipmunk love interest. I think her name is.
She's Eleanor?
No
She's
way.
Eleanor,
She's
yeah.
Eleanor?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then,
Wow.
what's that lady?
That's some good range.
I can't describe this lady at
She's
all.
a big time actress.
Parks and
Did
Rec,
that win an Oscar?
Shipwrecked. I'm pretty sure it did.
Simone.
Simone.
I wore my Theodore sweatpants today when I went on a walk with my dog, and I was thinking that if anyone saw me, they were gonna think my name's Theodore, and that's it. But
You were
Yeah.
hoping one Amy Poehler happened to see.
if Amy Poehler showed up, I'd be like, "Hey, I like that movie you were in, Shipwrecked."
Weren't you guys gonna, for 75 Below, do another Alvin and the Chipmunks bit, but this time bring in Chipettes?
Yeah.
Who were the
well,
Chipettes?
Abby Payton.
Yeah.
I think Kaya. And I can't
Yeah.
remember because it used to be Addie was in there, but I can't remember who we replaced Addie with.
Shout out to her.
I Snapchatted Addie. I sent her a Snapchat on accident, and I was like, "Well, let's talk
Her
now."
mom followed me on TikToks. It's like the other day.
Maybe she's one of the 100.
Along with Harvard.
She's for sure.
We're in good
subscribed.
company here. We got
really
celebrities, Harvard, Joelle, as one of the celebrities.
What a range we have.
So, kind of moving away from movies to move back to movies, what are your thoughts on the new Pixar movie Soul?
Oh, it was so good.
I really liked it.
It was really good.
Compared to Onward, I thought it was just much better in many different ways.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt wasn't in it, so that was a good thing.
That is a huge plus. I don't know.
But Star-Lord funny guy.
But okay.
Yeah. I'm aware.
I don't know. One of the big things I was really scared about was just what's the main character's name again? I haven't watched
Joe.
Joe, yeah.
Yeah. I was really afraid that he was just going to be a soul the entire time, and then we'd never see any footage of him as a human. So I was like, well, another black lead in a Disney Pixar movie that's just,
Not black anymore.
Frog.
He's a frog now.
Can you relate?
Angela
I really
Bassett's
liked
in that
it.
movie. Angela Bassett is, surprise, also on my list. She's 62. She doesn't look a day over 28.
Tina Fey's also in it.
Yeah, but she's not Angela
Is
Bassett.
she on your
so-
list?
No.
She's really old.
Well, I don't.
She's like 40 something.
She wrote Mean
I really
Girls.
liked it. She in fact did.
I'll give her that.
I'll give her that. I liked the soundtrack a lot, and I liked how they did the. Oh, I'm having a hard time remembering this because I watched it like a week after it came out, so it was like a month or two ago now. All like the holograms.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked how those were animated. It was really cool.
Oh, like when they're in like the hall of like...
No, not the holograms. They're like the helper holograms.
The Jerry's.
The Jerry's. Yes.
I really like the
really
actress
liked-
who voiced the first Jerry. I don't know why I liked something about her
It was
voice.
such a
Just
calming
soothed me.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt
Oh,
almost
should we
robotic.
put it like a disclaimer for like spoilers or anything?
I mean, I'm not gonna talk about
Sure,
the
go
ending.
ahead.
Spoiler.
I like it when
Jump
Tina
to
Fey's
this part of the
character
video.
falls into a volcano.
If you don't want to get spoiled. All right, guys, let's move on to the next question. But yeah, I just think so. I couldn't help but compare like Inside Out and Soul
Yeah.
because like it's just a lot more of the abstract thought, whereas like Inside Out literally tackled your ideas and like your personality and things like that, where this is like what drives you.
Right.
So it's like through that, what do you find your purpose in? And those are just very interesting questions that it's cool to see articulated in. And I can't stress this enough, how amazing visually both those movies are, but Soul specifically.
Yeah.
I just thought like it looked so good.
It
that,
really
I don't know.
did.
I was just in it.
It's a really good movie.
I'd say the back on like Earth stuff more so than necessarily the kind of much more like when they are in what's the other place even called?
The Great Beyond, or no, The Great Before.
The Great Beyond. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever they're there, I'm like, all right. I feel like the Inside Out when they're in Riley's mind, it's like I preferred that atmosphere and environment more than this one. But anytime we went back to Earth, I was like, this is amazing. Also, both of those films are directed by Pete Docter, so good job.
Shout out one of our podcast listeners.
One of them.
Him and Harvard and Joelle.
Yeah, we got an audience.
We should now stick with the Harvard branding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on the thumbnail.
Put it on the thumbnail. Going to Harvard?
Easy tricks.
24 hour?
I snuck into Harvard. Shh, don't tell the dean. I miss
Yeah,
the height of YouTube clickbait videos.
My little brother still watches those videos.
Is your
Good.
brother-
It'll be like controlling my dog for 24 hours. Hold on, did I just cut out?
Yes, you
A
did.
little bit.
Controlling my dog for.
I just said controlling my dog for 24 hours.
Yeah. Does your brother watch Lance 210, Benji?
No, he does not. But actually, like he watches the Dobre brothers, which
Okay,
is
well, Lance 210. Just I have a.
Wait, are
If you're,
those?
if you're watching this, Lance,
Lance.
I have a
I have a bone to
with
pick
you.
with you.
Yeah, that's the phrase. That's the saying.
My
Yeah, add him onto the list of people that we've alienated. We don't like.
him and Matthew
Yeah.
Broderick can sit together while they're in jail.
While they're in jail. What are you in here for? Owen didn't like us.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
Federal.
one time in 2016, I met. I think. Wait, no, it wasn't the Dobre twins. It was the Martinez twins from Team 10.
Oh my god.
I met them.
Can I have my visa?
Yep, it was them.
Can I have my
Me and my
visa?
brother were walking in LA, going to the beach and like walking on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And literally we turned a corner and they were just like standing there taking pictures, and I was like,
I can just imagine they're just standing there and just in place, just looking off into the distance.
Can we switch the language?
that's what they did. I was like, hello, and they're like,
They in fact did that.
They're like,
switched
say the line,
language.
say the line, and they're like, please, no.
Please.
But yeah. And also, like you were saying about your little brother, my cousin, who just turned 10, I realized that he's, like, going through the trends that we experienced, but, like, delayed. So, like, right now, what did he like,
Yeah,
he started, like, doing the whip and the nay-nay.
I still do that, so,
what do you mean? That is immortal.
Yeah, you're right, my bad. But, like, he's experiencing what we went through, those, like, trends and stuff like that. He just got
let me know
past
when he
his,
starts
like,
hitting the Quan.
I will. He just got past that, like, mustaches are so funny phase.
Oh, so he's in our 6th grade year right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 5th grade was mustaches, 6th grade was whipping nay nay.
And then
That's always
If you feel so
that's so cool and like so true. Like I've always maybe not cool, but like it's always been really interesting to me. Just that it's almost like there's this like slow stream, you know, to where it's like there's something that's a trend, and then you see it make its way past like maybe like college and high school kids, right? Then you see it go into middle school and then in elementary school, and that's not always a good thing, you know, because there's certain things that are like this shouldn't be popular in general, and now it's going all the way down to like a first grader, you know?
this month he started saying, "I like your cut, G." So
Oh, he skipped a few grades.
he skipped
I
a
see.
few grades. He's a little bit advanced.
No, I think it's definitely like picking and choosing to where like there's a lot of like there's definitely kids now like Griffin, my little brother, will start quoting vines, and I'm like, you weren't even alive.
He started saying, "What are those, my cousin?" I was
Yeah, he said,
Oh
yep,
my
he started
God.
saying that.
I just kind of realized this. Whipping and nay-naying became popular half a decade ago.
I feel so old. Oh my god, I saw a TikTok. My brother sent me a TikTok that was like 2003 kids living their life, adulthood coming around the corner. I was like, oh my god, I turned 18 this year. Who let that happen? I'm sorry, what?
I don't know, but nope, nice try.
I'm turning 17, so.
Well,
Dude, I'm turning
whatever.
17 in like 2 weeks.
I'm not, so stop.
Cut it out, man.
Stop it. Why can't I be included? So.
Yeah, we're actually just gonna start our own podcast, 17 and Up Club. So, sorry about it.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Anyways, if we can get the episode 3 to 37 likes, Aiden will release.
37 likes. Can't reinforce this enough.
what's gonna
It is
happen
the
is
most
it's not gonna like change for a week, so I'm just gonna make 37 different Google accounts
Oh, and
and like the video.
please. Oh Lord.
He's doing his part, and you at home, I know you're listening, Jimmy, Matthew, and Lance. You have to do your part and like the video.
I'll get it to 36 likes. And then some hero will come along.
I remember I advertised my old YouTube channel on my Instagram page, so just everyone in my grade knew I just had a YouTube channel, and I was okay with that for some reason.
Oh.
Hey, that's what I do with the podcast. I don't know what you're hinting at. But
I'm not okay with it.
I don't
so-
like people to think I have a TikTok, so I don't know. I wish I could turn my TikTok private, but I don't know how to.
I think it's just in settings.
Well,
there'll be a day where I'm gonna be talking to someone that I really haven't I don't talk to every day, and they'll bring up something that I've mentioned in one of the episodes, and I will just be like, "How do you know that? Who the hell told you?
Who the hell told? Who snitched?
Hell." They'll just be like, "Oh, so in the 3rd grade," and I'm like, "No, you're not allowed to. No."
We're slowly just telling our life story.
I'd like to think that our life stories are a little bit longer than an hour.
Well, I hate to break it to you, man.
Oh God! Oh God!
is Matthew Broderick?
James,
in
is
your
that you?
driveway?
Matthew, they're in my house.
Run, Ben. No, just hide. There's no escaping them.
No.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a matter of surviving. It's a matter of hiding for however long you can.
Basically.
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
I started watching Attack on Titan. Well, I say I started, but I'm in mid-season 3 right now.
Oh, I need to start that.
It's pretty good.
Do you have any other show recommendations? I know you're a huge fan of The Crown.
I love The Crown. I finished that. So amazing. I love American Horror Story. They're coming out with season 10 soon. Love that show. I love Game of Thrones.
Nice.
I'm trying to think what
Yeah.
else. Grace and Frankie on Netflix. It's a Netflix original starring Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
My mom watched that.
Those are 2 ladies on my list, and it's so good. It's actually it's kind of inappropriate. It caught me off guard a lot, but it's really funny.
Nice.
So all of you under 13, don't watch it.
Skip to this part of the video, guys.
We don't want. Do not.
My mom watches my YouTube channel, guys, so please don't say anything bad. Please. I don't want to get banned.
Please. Did you ever? So in your old YouTube videos, who's in them? Is it just your friends or?
My friend Nick is in quite a few of them.
Nice.
Spencer is in quite a few of them. Macy and Kaya appear in some.
Oh well, now we have to get to 36.
Oh yeah. We were quite the team, if you will.
That's fun though.
Remember
I
when
remember
Shane
in
Dawson
elementary
was
school.
in trouble for doing that thing with that cat? I just remembered it. And, it just popped into my head.
Where did this come from?
I was mid-sentence and.
My dog is sleeping next to me, and she let out a low and I was like, whatever happened to Shane Dawson and that cat?
There was a path to where we could have wrapped up the episode right there, but now I feel like we have to tackle this.
We've uncovered we've uncovered something big.
I never understood or paid attention to any of the controversies with Shane Dawson. So
Yeah, same. I just heard
thought
about
they
that
were
from
fascinating.
PewDiePie. I used to watch PewDiePie. I don't watch YouTube anymore. I don't know. It's just something I don't do. It wasn't a
You're
conscious
reformed.
choice. I just don't watch it anymore.
No, neither do I really. I don't catch myself avidly watching a certain creator all the time anymore. I just kind of look up YouTube videos if I need to.
I binged
Or
a
if,
bunch
I'm
of
listening to
videos
music.
on how to take care of my peperomia frost this morning.
Nice.
that's a plant, by the way.
It is.
I
was thinking
see-
it was a dog
see, I
breed
know-
or something.
I know things. Yeah. Yeah. I go to YouTube actually avidly watch YouTube and things like that. Because I feel like I always just, when I'm not like in class, or sometimes in class, I just have to have something going. So sometimes I just put on like couple hour long either like streams or not normally streams, but like
what I just said, forget it. I actually watch video essays.
yeah, I also do as well.
Scratch everything I don't know. I don't watch like specific content creators as much as I did anymore.
There's this one channel I like called Something Scary, but they also have a podcast, so I just listen to that instead. They like do scary stories every week.
Nice.
Number 1. All right, this week's episode. Matthew Broderick is outside your house.
I'm gonna submit that story because you could submit stories to them. I'm going to do that then.
A Matthew Broderick creepypasta.
Oh my god, he creeps me out. You know who else creeps me out a little bit? He's an American Horror Story. His name is Cody Fern. Like, no hate to Cody Fern. He seems like a really nice guy. Unlike Matthew Broderick, but like Cody Fern, there's just something that like you look into his eyes, and it's just kind of like I feel like he stares very intensely, no matter the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, 1 minute you're just in Safeway, the next he drove through and he's looking in your eyes, and you're like,
yeah,
can't look away. Mainly because like I was pinned underneath the car, but like
I'm glad we tied that bit into this.
It's really funny though. I'm enjoying it.
No, I am also enjoying it.
All right, I don't know.
I saw a TikTok today that really I resonated with. It was just about how she gets really nervous every time she has to make a left turn, and I felt that. Left turns.
Oh my god! I just remembered something that happened just like a couple hours ago.
Well, I need to know.
I was hanging out with Macy, and we were driving home from Buffalo Exchange, which is a thrift store.
Okay, I was gonna.
So we're driving. We're at this stoplight, and we literally almost like witnessed a crash happen like right in front of us. Like it was way too close. This guy decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna turn left on red. And there was someone in the lane. Someone in the right lane ahead of us was turning right on red, and so they like it was close. It was really close. And then the guy in the truck that made an illegal left turn had a Trump 2020 and a Blue Lives Matter sticker on his car, so that was quite cool.
I don't think we need to dive too much into that.
I will. Don't worry about it.
I almost killed Ben and me after we got the Charlie at Dunkin' Donuts back in August.
God. That was so long ago because I remember we just sat down in math class and it's like, wow, what a time.
I feel like I'm not a bad driver, but I'm definitely not the best driver. I wouldn't call myself even a good driver. I'd say I drive sometimes and I get from places.
You know what I just remembered something. I almost killed Benji too trying to get the Charlie.
Aww.
When we were,
guys.
We were with a couple other people and we were driving, and I was going on a green light and someone turned and I didn't see them, and so Benji had to tell me to slow down.
I went, Aiden. Because I feel like a lot of times when I'm in the passenger seat, I have less of like yeah, I'll carry a conversation, whatever, that's not hard, but like to me, I can't just like turn around and like talk to the people behind me because I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I'm like, time to look at the road and essentially just be like, you should be slowing down now. But I think that's just because Jackson drove me everywhere, and Jackson is an amazing driver. Just he is very good with the brake, and will just be like, do. I'm like, you can slow down now. You can slow down now. And then he'll slow down like maybe a second before.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm like, oh God.
Jackson's gonna edit this and just put like a bunch of like bleeps in to make it seem like you're cussing a bunch.
No, he'll just use the audio and it'll be like, Jackson is an amazing driver. He's so good at driving. I've never met anyone as good at driving as him.
One time, when you were taking me to Target to buy a gift for your mom, you said something that I have adopted as a phrase when I drive. this guy in front of us was slowing down on a green light for no reason, and you're like, oh, what do you think you are, cute or something? And it really just stuck with me, and now I say that, so I'm like, do you think you're cute when I'm driving?
What, do you want it to take your picture, huh? Huh? I forgot I said that. Okay, so both of you have been with me in the car while driving. I have a lot of mannerisms, and just like when I'm visibly upset, I won't like yell. That's not true. I'll just
Yes, you will.
I
Or
just
you'll,
act like everything is personal.
Or you'll like, sometimes when you get mad, you just do like a really fast movement forward. So like when you're driving, like you get like mad or something, so you're on like you have the wheel in your hands, and you just go like forward with your head or something.
I know exactly what you're talking about. What I'll do
Yeah.
is I'll like shake the wheel and like jolt myself forward a little bit,
Yeah.
like Gah!
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And then a lot of times I'm like, wow, you're really cool, or like nice brake, buddy, or nice turn signal, buddy.
I
It's
say
a lot
that.
of buddies.
I say that a lot. Thanks for
Oh
the
yeah,
turn
I say
signal.
nice. I say nice turn signal a lot.
Aren't you cute?
Aren't you cute?
Do you think you're cute?
Oh, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, your mom loves you.
Oh my god, that's personal.
Wow.
I take everything very personally.
You
Like,
do.
it's just like when I feel like I'm constantly being inconvenienced.
Mhm.
But Aiden, anytime we're driving together, we manage to hit every
red light. Every red light.
every single line.
Every single light. Every red light. It's kind of cute now.
We were driving
a little
home
tradition.
from Riley's house, not Soder, but Falkoff, and we managed to hit, how many was it? Like 12, 13?
It was insane because she lives pretty far away, and so it was like a 30-minute drive. Way too many red lights.
We started weeping.
We were. We were
Gosh,
sobbing.
that's... Ugh.
Wild.
Wow. Well, before we kind of end the episode, Owen, is there anything you want to say or kind of final message to Harvard or anyone out there?
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, if you're listening, I will hunt you down until
Oh.
Sarah Jessica Parker is free. Just know that. Take it to
Down
heart.
back.
And sleep with one eye open, Matthew. I'm coming for you.
You think he sleeps?
No, you're right. He just like.
I'd like to imagine he stands up in his bed and is just like he sleeps with his eyes open and he's just standing.
And his back up against the wall.
No,
Sure.
just like in the middle of his
In
bed.
the middle of the bed. Yeah. But it's a bunk bed.
His head's through the roof.
Well, he's not that tall.
He's like
How tall is he?
5'7".
Oh.
I thought it was like 5. Like, for some reason, I thought it was like 5'5" or something like that.
He might be shorter. I don't know.
Just to give you guys closure, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Aiden, you can go ahead and if you want to do the outro.
Thanks for having me on, you guys. I really enjoyed this.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, this is a very fluid outro, very natural.
We love the music. Yeah, he's
And
5'8".
3, 2, 1.